who have not received their terminal benefits. I have asterished the names of those that are already dead. Those alive are living from hand to mouth. Many of them are living in abject poverty, with poor sanitation around them, unable to eat decent food. Their children perhaps out of school or going to an elementary school where nothing is being taught. They are watching. They are patient, not out of choice. But never you underrate their patience and their prayer. Their prayer is swiftly answered. And I hope this revelation is part of answering their own prayers. I have so many other revelations to give to you concerning all the MDAs in Kaduna State, relating to the state local government joint accounts that are mind-boggling, that look like a fairy tale. Even in thriller, you rarely hear those kind of stories. You only hear them in the heart and the minds of those who are perpetrating them. Some of them, if you come across them, unless you are hard-hardened, you will break into tears. Because it affects either you directly, indirectly, geometrically, mathematically, or tangentially. It affects you in one of them. My calls are to the following. I call on the people of Kaduna State to sustain their prayers, to keep vigil, continue to present themselves before God as avoidable victims, ask for swift intervention from God Himself, and inshallah their prayers will be answered. Perhaps in the speed of light, or certainly as daylight chases away darkness. My other call is members of the legislature in Kaduna State. Wake up. Discharge your constitutional duty of defending lives, honor, integrity, and resources of the people who gave you mandate. If you are stronger than them, God is stronger than all. My next call is to all anti-corruption agencies to look at these depositions, harness them with all your skills that you acquired with public money. Look at them objectively and critically and intervene swiftly. Don't bother about who is involved. More so, you have a great lesson to learn from Tafa Balogun and our almighty CP Mau. Next call is to the federal government. The federal government shall ensure that all federal officials that are mentioned in this scandalous document, whom I continue to insist might not have been aware of these huge withdrawals in their own name should be made to give an official response, an official position on this stupendous expenditure incurred on them or said to have been incurred on them by the state government in course of fighting banditry, arson, kidnapping, and such other heinous crimes. My further call is to banks, specifically in Katsina State, with all their mother bodies in Abuja or Lagos, to be careful and not to be threatened by the abuses that were poured on them last week when they were summoned to the government house and threatened about releasing information. Tell your branches in Katsina that the cat is out of the bag. Bank statements are already at hand. If you decide to tamper with them, it will be a comparison between falsehood and truth. And that can lead to having your license revoked because it's a crime against the state. I call upon the elders of Katsina to wake up, to act wisely, to give a cover, and to become an umbrella and champions of salvation Katsina and its own citizens. I call upon the government of His Excellency, my brother, my senior brother, Right Honorable Distinguished, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, twice elected, to, in the name of Allah, most beneficial, most merciful, resign from his office. Remove the SSG immediately. Dissolve his cabinet. Hand over the state to the Speaker of the House of Assembly, who will organize elections according to the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria that will pave way for an independent audit, inquiry, investigation, an audit exercise that will be based on value for money audit, so that the inquiry report will identify the innocent and the guilty. My call for his designation is out of extreme love for him, because it is no more secret that he is not in charge. The secretary to the government has taken over the entire power vested on the governor by the Constitution. He has taken over the mandate of the people given to the governor. He is the de facto governor. If you want a personal opinion, ask many of your commissioners. Indeed, when I finished praying and over again, I had a premonition that were you to have the courage and the guts and the audacity to remove the SSG today, investigate his office, particularly the manner he managed the security escrow account and the security vote, you will have 60% peace in your mind. Were you to dissolve your cabinet today, you will have another 20% peace of mind. Were you to resign honorably, you will have another 20% peace. In other words, you will sleep soundly today and even go into deep slumber. Whether the conflict between the inner and the outer minds of man will allow him to do that and write his name in the book of records and the book of history would be left to be seen. I remember that when he assumed office, he instituted a committee of inquiry called the Transition Committee to take over assets and liabilities of the previous Shema administration and to catalog all the Shema crimes. And they produced two reports. One is Transition Committee report, Technical Committee final report dated June 2015. And another report, same June 2015, Transition Committee report, Finance Subcommittee. This was the penal code that was used in prosecuting and judging former governor, my big friend, His Excellency Alhaji Ibrahim Shema, in the court of public opinion. I am not holding brief for him. I have no reason to hold brief for him. I fought him in the past, tooth and nail. I contributed financially in blocking him from having his online key succeeding him. But with the passage of time and emerging facts, comparatively speaking, now Shema is an angel in court. His case is still in court. It is subjudice. I will not comment on it. But I hope and pray I will live long enough to see the outcome of legal disputes between this current administration that will definitely be taken to court and the previous administration of Ibrahim Shema. Inshallah, in the next few days, I will be coming out with more shocking revelations, especially of financial breaches, misapplication, misuse, and misappropriation of public funds under this administration. That will be more shocking than what you had today and what you had in the past few days. Enough to send you into fear. Finally, I call upon you members of the press not to edit any of my utterances. I take full responsibility of them. Those who are threatening me with court actions until we meet in courts. Court actions are not heard on the pages of national dailies or on social media platforms or on newspaper pages. They are initiated in courts and they are resolved one way or the other in courts. There will be a victim, there will be a victor and a vanquished always in litigation unless where there is a settlement. I am not seeking for settlement. I am seeking for judicial interpretation of my claims. That is the only thing that will give me peace And that is the only thing that will give Nigerians, particularly Catholic people, a true sense of what transpired or what has been transpiring, especially from 2015 June to date. For the records, I have been extremely sympathetic to APC at heart, in my sleep, in my thoughts, and in all my daily engagements, weekly and yearly engagements, because I believed then that APC will change our predicament before its own coming. I am not going to be a pessimist. APC has 3 years. I am not a party member, card carrying obviously, but I voted for both APC and PDP because I don't go to a party. I deal with personalities. I evaluate them with their character and vote for them, looking away from their own shortcomings that we all have. APC has 3-4 more years to change the tide, to right the wrongs, especially if the national leadership, especially the committee that organized the convention, that was said to have been given 500 billion naira from Kaduna State taxpayers' money as donation to them. If they can resolve that issue and have the courage to own or disown, I think that is the beginning of their success and ability to change the current state of Nigeria. And to then, between 2015 to date, we've seen what men and women are when they have power. I think that was what William Shakespeare saw and heard thousands of years ago, which he made a character to mention in one of the most beautiful tragedies he wrote in the world, Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. On man, the following quotation was made. What a piece of work is man. How noble in thinking, how infinite in faculty, in form and movement, how expressed and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a God. Man, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, yet man delights me no woman neither, though to your quintessence of dust you may seem to say so. Quote and unquote. Thank you very much.